Sweet. Uh, hey everyone. Uh, Today we are here with Tony Piccoli from ISD or Imminent Sonic Destruction. Um, Tony, thank you for being here.
Yeah,
Uh,
man.
Greatly appreciate it. Big fan of the band since I saw you guys with Battlecross. It was a few years ago. I couldn't even tell you exactly when.
Back in
Yeah.
the day.
Um, so you guys are working on a new album.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're pretty deep into the process. All instruments recorded, that whole thing, and now we're looking to record all of our vocals. And that'll be a process, with all of our vocal harmonies and stuff. But yeah, we're making some really good progress. Probably the quickest we've ever made an album, to be honest with you.
Oh, right on. So how long have you been working on it so far?
We It was like late summer, early fall, I think. Maybe definitely fall when we went to go record the drums out in Grand Rapids with our good friends Nick Hagan and Ross Morgan. It was Ross's studio. We all got together, recorded the drums, and yeah, went back like a couple weekends later, knocked out all the guitar parts. We did the bass that weekend, the same weekend we did the drums. So, we just kind of been chipping away at it ever since.
Right on. Well, I mean, I'm sure you guys have a lot going on. Jobs, band, regular life stuff.
All the normal, yeah, stuff,
Yeah.
work, life, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Damn
but
life.
I mean, it's the last album that we made. We were working on it, started recording it, and then just COVID happened, and I mean, you know, wasn't much we could do about that. So this
No.
one's been nice. It's been nice to be able to just be like, hey, when are we getting back together again? We book it, and then boom, we're done. Next part.
When did you guys start writing for this album?
Some of these songs are actually pretty old. Like I would say 2018 or so,
Oh,
2017, 2018. I It's a couple songs I initially wrote that I didn't think were like ISD songs, but and I mean I completely skipped the whole album. Like that's how long I've been sitting on a handful of these songs, like three songs I think. But I brought them to the band, and we kind of made them sound more like ISD songs, which is cool. And then of course there's some newer stuff that I started writing probably about a year ago or so, and then Pete's got a couple that he brought to the table, and yeah, so really we really started working on this thing about a year ago,
okay.
just using songs that I wrote years ago.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you need that, right? Some of that. As a, for a musician, I think you
Right.
guys are always going, right? It's like, oh,
Yeah.
I got my
Yes.
guitar. Cool riff.
Right. Or if it's not like I'm always riffing, or I'm at least always thinking about kind of like the next song or the next album, or like, the next concept even. Like what do I want to do next? That sort of thing. So
So do you guys like, I know the music is very, I'm going to call it proggy.
yeah, for sure it
Um,
is.
it's, there's definitely some Dream Theater elements in there that I catch.
For sure.
Man, God, that's a throwback, Dream Theater.
Yeah.
So what, I, I guess on that, who are some of the biggest, influences for you as a musician?
Me personally, I mean, my first love was Nirvana. I grew up as, a kid in the 90s, and it was Nirvana and Green Day and Offspring, and then eventually Metallica, Alice in Chains. And then as I started learning guitar, I wanted to get like better at guitar. So I wanted to
Mhm.
learn how to play more difficult stuff. And that's where Metallica came in. And then that's when like I discovered Dream Theater, and then like Symphony X and stuff like that. But at that same time, I started to really get into like classic progressive rock bands like Genesis and Yes and King Crimson. So um, those are kind of all my influences. More modern influences, I would definitely say like Devin Townsend or Meshuggah.
Mm.
Um, Frank Zappa nowadays. I finally got into Frank Zappa, and
Uh,
although our music doesn't sound anything like what he's ever done, it's always, you always kind of think of it,
yeah.
like
Well, Z Zappa, dude, he was like that dude was just constantly going.
just an incredible talent's not even the right word, just like an incredible mind, I guess you could say, just the things that he can come up with. And it's kind of sad knowing I would never be good enough to be in his band. But I could still appreciate the hell out of how incredible they were, every iteration, every band member. So,
Yeah. Yeah, like speaking of band members, right? Steve Vai, the way he joined was just what a crazy story.
yeah, I was actually just telling Tony Asta that story last night. We were
Oh,
hanging out, and I was telling him like, dude, you don't know the Steve Vai Frank Zappa story, in the whole like Linda Ronstadt line.
I
It's
thought
great.
no, I think we talked about it when I talked with Finality, we talked about Frank Zappa and Steve Vai because uh we brought up Steve Vai's Hydra,
Uh-huh.
right? That guy, like the creativity that those two alone had,
Yep.
not even including everyone else, like that
Right.
is a lifetime's worth of music.
They're both aliens, dude. I mean, there's just no other way to put it. I mean, not only do they have the physical ability to play the way that they play, but then like the mind and then the ability to make that happen. What was in their mind, they can make it happen.
Yeah.
Just that's that's some of my favorite stuff as far as music goes.
Yeah, that's there was a period where I listened to a lot of like Miles Davis and John Coltrane and those guys too were I'm still a huge fan, right? Like
Mhm.
uh Coltrane had a song about his grandmother. I think I'm gonna say the name wrong, but I think it was like Naima or something. It's
Okay.
Naima. And that song, every time it comes on, I'm like, shut up, don't talk. This is like genius at work.
I don't think I'm familiar with that. They say what NA what?
IMA.
I'm gonna look it up when we're done. I want to
Yeah.
hear
Yeah.
it.
Like, the just the way all of them. That's why I like music, right?
Oh yeah.
The creativity that comes out
Yeah.
and it's across the board.
The creativity to make the thing and then the ability to perform it
Yeah.
too. It's just like it's awesome. The gift of music, man. It's incredible.
Yeah, I was kind of bummed. Dion came to see you guys in
Yeah.
Cleveland. I was in Detroit at a show that night.
Oh man.
Yeah. I was like, hey, Dion, you want to come? He's like, no, I'm going to see ISD. I'm like, ah, damn.
That's all right. It was
Uh,
cool to see him, man. I hadn't seen him in a while, him and
yeah,
Michelle. So it was cool to see those guys.
for sure. Yeah, it seems like they're doing good. I think we're gonna go do the Headbangers Boat in October.
Yeah, he was saying they got like tickets or whatever to go on that thing. I was telling him like prepare for an awesome time. I've done the music cruise thing once, and it was Mike Portnoy's Progressive Nation at Sea, they called it,
Yeah.
and like every prog rock, prog metal band like ever played the damn thing, and it was like 3 days of being in tropical weather, sitting by a pool, and then going to see amazing musicians play. It was amazing.
It's like I think that's what they call heaven.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
That's pretty dope. So you guys started, I think, in '07, right?
That's right. Yeah, we were called Mellotron.
Mellotron. Has it always been the same members?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, since 2007, the only lineup change we ever had, um, Pat, our drummer, he had to bail. He had some stuff going on, some personal stuff. He's like, and he quit music for like 4 months, 5 months, or something like that. But in that time, we didn't know it was going to be a short period of time, and so we found a guy to replace him, Dan Chappa. a local dude, great guy, good drummer, obviously.
Mm.
And but it got to a point to where Pat was like coming out of it, and he was like, "Actually, guys, like I'm available," and so we just like brought him back in, and that
Like,
was
see ya.
yeah, yeah, and actually Dan knew Pat very well. The two of them have known each other for a long time, and so it was even Dan said something along the lines of like, I think Pat's looking to get back into it, so I think you guys should bring him on board. We were like, yeah, all right,
Yeah. Oh
obviously.
man. Yeah, for sure. Well, that's cool. And I think when you're transitioning members to have those two who are transitioning as friends, I,
Yeah,
th that's a real it's a unique.
it's unique because it's no one's gonna get butt hurt. You know what I mean? It's just it was I think in this particular situation where maybe Dan, although like loves us and loves playing the music, was just kind of time wise a little overwhelmed because we were looking to get busy as soon as possible. We had like an out of town show in the works and a local show coming that we were rehearsing for, and it was just kind of like Pat started to become available again, and it was just like, guys, like I don't know if I can do this, and that's how we got Pat back in the band after a few months off.
Right on.
Yeah,
So the new album, is it going to be number 5?
it's gonna be four,
Okay.
our fourth one,
Fourth.
which is yeah, which is crazy. Well, we have a live album. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
We have a live album, fourth studio album, fifth album total. Um, six if you want to count our Mellotron EP
Okay.
from when we recorded that, which was 2010, maybe. That's a while ago.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
That was a whole kid ago.
Literally. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Pat's kids, they were, and same with Pete. They're both their kids were like little, and now they're graduating high school. And actually, Pat's son he's an electrical apprentice with me at my day job. So
Right on.
yeah, it's kind of wild how much time has passed. Although it seems like it's flown. So
It always does, right?
yeah,
The age-old adage, time flies when you're having fun.
and I'm having a blast.
Yeah.
I'm just having a good time.
Well, you can tell it. I've probably seen you guys only like 2 or 3 times,
Mhm.
but you enjoy yourself. You get off stage, you're happy, a little tired, but you're
Sure.
overall very, very happy. And I think you guys
Yeah.
interact really well on stage and the music comes together and it's this fucking awesome sonic soundscape.
Thanks, man. We do have a lot of fun up on stage. It's kind of always been our thing. Um, Sometimes, like, I'll try to get the guys to laugh at by saying something ridiculous in between songs, like my stage banter, or like Pete will be in the middle of a solo, and me and Scott will just go stare at his face, like get as close to his face as we can. We just have a blast up there, and obviously, it's like that's like that's why we do it. We want to play it, we want to perform it. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, you got to have fun with it, right? It can't all be
absolutely
like military, so militant.
right. I mean, I think sometimes we walk that fine line of having too much fun and maybe fucking up a song or something. Like
Yeah.
playing the wrong note or singing the wrong verse, or in my instance, forgetting the verse sometimes. you know, but I think that's kind of part of what makes our live show. I don't know how you describe it, but we have fun, and I think a lot of people notice it, and it's like high energy or whatever. So
For sure. Well,
yeah,
I think when a band has fun on stage, and they interact really well, you're good.
yeah,
You gain more people, right? Because people want to go and have a good time. They don't want the I don't know, Oasis drama or
right.
whatever other drama is going on.
yeah, if people go see a band and they know the guitarist hates the singer, like, I guess you're there for the soap opera aspect, but
Right.
yeah, I guess.
Days of Our Lives, band
Yeah,
edition.
right.
That's so crazy. Um,
Yeah.
how many songs are total going to be on the new album?
We have recorded 8 songs. This is so dumb. I never remember the actual number. I have it here though. I just actually, like I was saying, I was just talking about this with Tony the other day. I'm like, let's see, yeah, it's 8 songs. Here's our little checklist,
Right on.
which we were just working in here the other day, so I got to check some stuff off. But yeah, 8 songs, and we're definitely looking to release vinyl. Um, yeah, I mean, we wanted to for the last one, but the album is too long, and it's possible, but we just never. It just, I don't know, we just didn't do it. We still can, but for this one, like we 100% are going to do vinyl, and so we got to keep it. I think it's like 42 minutes or less or something like that. So we have 8 songs, and a couple of them aren't going to make it on. So we'll see.
Ah,
Yeah, but
well,
they're going to get used. They will be released at some point because
just
they're good.
pay attention to what kind of vinyl you're releasing, right? Because that's
Right.
something I talked with like Joe and Tony and Dan about
Mm-hmm.
also is he's like, if we do finality vinyl, we've got to cut songs. Well, you don't necessarily have to. You just have to look at like double album, like a double 10-inch versus a single 12-inch.
Right. And I know that like you can get like is it I'm not a vinyl guy, but isn't there like thicknesses of the
Hmm.
vinyl itself, and that's kind of what determines how much space you get or something like that. I know that
Possibly.
like Master Puppets, like when it was originally released on vinyl, it was like super quiet because they had to like really squash it to get it to fit. I I could be talking out of my ass. My buddy Kevin told me that. I think I'm sort of right.
You
um,
you might be.
yeah, so I don't know. I'm a I grew up in the era of CDs. I've never been a vinyl collector ever, but I do definitely want this to be on vinyl. I mean, how cool would that be? Like you get the big gatefold thing, and we work with Travis Smith, one of the best like art guys on the planet, and it'd be really cool to put his work on something big and tangible.
Yeah. So you want to do like maybe a big folded poster inside it?
Shit, maybe. I mean, we haven't even made it that far yet. We're kind of at the basic art concept stage still, so that'd be cool, something like that. I mean, it just kind of depends on what we can afford and what our resources are going to be at the time that we go to put this thing out, and so we'll see. I mean, I definitely want to try to do something special because, I mean, everything that we've done in the past has always been like a digipack, and we've always just tried to kept it really simple, but I think it'd be kind of cool to do something unique, or something different, maybe even if it's just different for us.
Yeah. Well, that was one of the reasons um I got into vinyl was you'd get the inserts,
Hmm.
all the lyrics, sometimes they just have this amazing artwork and you're like, man, I'm a Nirvana guy also. Um Bleach. I had a
Yeah.
buddy. So I used to live in Wayne. Had a buddy, his name was Dean Battles,
Hmm.
big metalhead. My dad used to do leather for him. So he turned me on to like Iron Maiden and what
Yeah.
have you. And I'm like, yeah, this is so cool. As I got older, God, I was probably 12, 13.
Yeah.
Bleach came out. And I ran into him one day in the street and he's like, hey, I got this tape at the house. I think you'll like it. I don't like it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go. And I fell in love with it. And all my friends at the time, I wore that thing out. They're all like, that sucks. Oh my God, I can't believe you listen to that.
Wow.
And then Nevermind comes out and they're like, this is the best band ever. And I'm like, oh, come on, dude.
Like you're like I was on them before you
Yeah,
even knew who they were.
right. I'm like, get with the times. You guys are so behind the times.
Oh shit. Did you happen to see them? I mean, I know you were young, but did you happen to see them at
No,
the Blind Pig when they played there?
I did
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
I would have
That would have
liked
been
to.
wild.
Oh, that would have been dope.
Yeah, I mean they were touring the country on Bleach and they played the freaking Blind Pig. How cool is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like someone told me they did an in-store at Rock of Ages, but I don't think that's true.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they got all those photos everywhere in there, and I don't know if I've ever seen. I feel like that'd be a big one they would put out.
Yeah, I do too.
They
God.
wouldn't bury it in the corner.
Now they're like, look at this. We were on top of it. Yeah,
Yeah,
God,
like Kid Rock. They got him everywhere.
everywhere. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a hometown boy though, you know,
of course.
or
Yeah,
was. Now he's,
yeah, yeah. He probably moved to Nashville with everyone else.
yeah, yeah, which is, Nashville's good for what it is.
Sure.
Have you guys do a lot of weekend warrior stuff, right?
Mhm.
Where how far away is the furthest you guys have traveled to play a show?
We actually did a one-off in Oklahoma City, and that was I don't know if that's the farthest because we did play St. Louis. I feel like Oklahoma City's farther.
It's much further.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's got to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, everyone, I'm an idiot. Um,
No.
um, yeah. So we played Oklahoma City for a one-off, and we have traveled, I think, as far south as Atlanta. We have not played Florida or anything, but Atlanta we did play. Um, Oklahoma City show was interesting. We got there and they were under a tornado warning, or there was no one
Something.
at the show. No one went out. Yeah, so we got $50 though, so it was worth it.
Yeah, $50 for probably 16 hours in the car.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it was all right. It was cool
Yeah.
though. We played. So the reason why we played that show was because we actually made friends with this guy. His name's Clay Withrow. We met him when we were on tour with Pain of Salvation, and he was doing merch for them, and we were asked to pick him up and basically give him, the ride. He was in a sit in our. We rented an RV from a friend, so he was going to travel with us. And turns out he's a pretty cool guy. And turns out he's in a progressive metal band as well. And so we went down and played a show with him. And the idea was he would come up here to Detroit and play a show, but I actually haven't heard from him in years. So
He was like, no one showed to this show. I'm not going up there.
no, I think I just think that they just kind of stopped being a band. I feel like I would have heard of them or from them by now. They were called Van Gogh. They were cool, man.
That's pretty, that's a unique name. That's cool.
Yeah.
Uh, let's see. What I what's the band that you saw live that just absolutely blew your mind?
Um, well, Dream Theater blew my mind because, you know, that's what they did. They did it when I was listening to them on CD, and then I finally saw them live. But beyond Dream Theater, I can think of one concert where I was just blown away by the entire lineup. Well, except for the local opening band. So the lineup was Dream Theater headlining, Spock's Beard opening for them, Tiles opening for them. That's the band that they're local to Michigan, but they've toured Europe and all that and across the United States. Pat De Leon, our drummer, was in that band at the time that I was seeing this concert. So it's Dream Theater, Spock's Beard, Tiles, and then a very shitty local opener called. Well, I'm not. I don't want to put them out on blast, but they're not a shitty band, but they were not a good fit for that lineup because we're talking about prog rock, prog metal, and it was a summer evening. It was beautiful out, and every band kicked ass. I'd never heard a single note from Tiles before, and they just come out high energy, you know, it's just notes all over the place, and they kicked ass. And I'm lucky to call all those guys friends now, and obviously Pat being in the band with Pat all these years. But and then Spock's Beard came out, and they're like a kind of more of a classic prog rock type of band, but they were incredible, dude. They were all doing these like 5-part harmonies that were like. Are you familiar with the band Gentle Giant? Another '70s prog
Mm-mm,
rock
I
band.
am not.
So they just do this crazy. It's not just vocal harmonies where each guy is singing, the same line and they're harmonizing different notes. They were doing like different rhythms. One guy was singing this, and the other guy would be going like, and then another guy would come in. It was like this. I don't. It's incredible, and that blew me away that they did that. And on top of it, they were just fantastic. They were playing their asses off. And then Dream Theater came out, and just their set list that for that show was awesome. It was when they were on their second leg of the Scenes from a Memory tour, and they did songs like they blended songs like New Millennium and Caught in a Web, and then they finished their set with Learning to Live, and then came out and played their 25-minute long A Change of Seasons as the actual encore. And I just remember sitting there, and you hear the notes. John Petrucci starts playing the guitar opening, and I was just like, what? you know. So that was the concert that blew me away. Was that night, 100%. And
That's
everyone in my band was there, and like everyone I've ever met in this area that's into progressive music at all, they were there. It's awesome.
that's a great experience to like share.
Hell yeah, it was incredible, man. I'm getting
That
fired up thinking about it.
that's awesome. Time to go to another Dream Theater show.
Yeah. Hey, Mike Portnoy's back in the band, dude.
I know. And
Yeah.
so we're gonna talk about being an idiot for a second. I saw it and I posted it and I was like, oh man, that's so cool. And someone commented, Tim Smith, I think, commented and said something, and I said, oh man, Portnoy is awesome. And he's like, who's Dave? And I'm like, oh man,
Yeah, Barstool Sports.
yeah, everyone
Yeah.
knows, one bite, everyone knows the rules. Like,
Proceeds to take 8 bites.
right? Yeah. Uh,
That's awesome.
it's best pizza I ever had. It's a 3.2. Like,
Oh
what?
shit. Damn, dude. That's
That,
awesome.
that dude cracks me up. I was just like, yeah, that forget I said that. You guys, I didn't even delete it because it's like, look at me,
Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah. Well, mistakes happen.
Yeah. So I'm super glad that Mike's back with the band. Like that was, I don't know, I guess it was around Pull Me Under when I found out about them.
Yeah, I mean that was kind of when a lot of people found out about them. Their first album, it was on a smaller label and stuff, and then they, were looking for a singer. They almost didn't have a singer, and they were just going to release what was Images and Words. They were going to release it as like an instrumental album, but then they finally got in contact with James LaBrie, and that's how that thing came together. So
Oh, that's
took over the world for a minute.
yeah, that's cool. It wouldn't have did what it did without a
Hell no.
vocalist.
Hell no.
Uh, where our
No.
pop culture is so like I gotta have, guitar, bass, drums, some
Mhm.
keys, and a vocalist.
Absolutely, especially vocalists, especially here. We
Yeah,
need we need our vocal melodies, and we want to sing along to it. So
that's true. Uh, I found out about a band today. I was listening to The Absence on Spotify, and this band In Mourning popped up. Man, they are flipping. I think you'd like them. They're really awesome.
what are they like?
Um,
I've seen the name before.
yeah, they're a little proggy, a little metally. They've got some real gruff vocals, but some real complex instrumentation.
Okay.
Um,
When you
and it's
when you say gruff vocals, what do you mean? Like death metal stuff?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, that's cool.
yeah. It's like listening to the music and then the vocals come in, you're like, F it's like it interrupts, right? You're like,
Oh,
oh, that's kind of it takes you a from a takes you a second and then you're like, oh, that really works well with that.
like catches you by surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, and morning is Mourning.
got it. I wrote that down.
Right.
I got it right.
Good job.
Yeah,
See, you're smart.
yeah, real smart.
Um, currently, what bands are have your attention that you're like listening to a lot?
Uh, well, Big Wreck right now is and I knew who Big Wreck was. And I don't know, I was in high school, I think 97. They released their first album, and I don't remember. It's the first song on the album. It got a ton of radio play, and I dug it back then, but I didn't like buy the album or anything. I just thought I heard it every time I heard it on the radio, I was like, yeah, that's a cool song. And I knew that they were still around, but I was on I use YouTube Music, and I was on the app, and it said new releases, and it showed me Big Wreck, and I was like, oh yeah, fuck it, let's listen to this. And I put it on, and I was just floored, dude. I was absolutely floored. Um, so I've been into that a lot recently. So they're new to me, although they're not new. And Peter Gabriel's newest album, I've been listening to that a lot. And as far as new music, that's what I've been into.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, that's all right. New, old, whatever you're
yeah.
listening to.
I'm
Uh,
kind of also currently on a big King Crimson and Frank Zappa kick right now, which is awesome.
Okay. Have you listened to Joe's Garage the whole way?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. That actually was like I had Chic Your Booty, and I had like a greatest hits, like a mix, a compilation or whatever. And I liked both. I did like Chic Your Booty. I would listen to it occasionally. I loved the song Yo Mama. That was like the big. That's what sold me on Zappa was that song. But then I streamed Joe's Garage. I was like working. I was doing. This is in my old house. I was like doing a basement remodel and like putting up framing walls and shit. So I was just putting on whatever, and I'm like, all right, this might be a good time. And I put on Joe's Garage. Everyone knows Joe's Garage, and that album is what made me get Zappa. Finally, fully understand what we're dealing with here, and then it just kind of exploded. I think my drummer Pat, I think he lent me or showed me live in New York from 1974 the song "Titties and Beer."
Mm,
And I was just like, that was it. I fell in love, man. Like now I have a ton of CDs and listen to them pretty regularly.
yeah, don't become a vinyl collector, dude. You'll,
Too much money.
uh, yeah. I know as I stare at my vinyl collection, I'm like, oh, like I
do
feel like
you
I,
do you sell a bunch of yours?
no.
Do you keep them all? Yeah.
Mm.
So my buddy Kevin, from Lady Luna and the Devil, he cycles them, man. So he'll like buy a bunch, and then if he doesn't listen to them regularly, Discogs. See you later.
Nope.
Yeah.
No, because there are times where I, I'll get drunk, mind you. I- I've been sober since September right now, and I think it's pretty close to coming to an end. Um, but I'll open up a grab grab a beer or some bourbon or vodka, whatever I'm drinking, and just start throwing records on.
Yep.
I've got
Just
everything. Yeah, I've uh got Hank Williams Senior, Junior, up to like some brand new death metal. It's
sweet.
it's a good array of everything. Uh, and I'm kind of a completist, so if there's a band that I really, really dig, I
Gotta
will,
have them all.
yeah, like I
Yep.
want every version. I don't care what it costs. Um, I'm still the thing that's killing me right now is the first pressing Bleach.
Yeah. Why is it killing you?
Well, because I've been like I was gonna buy it a few years ago, but it was 5 grand, and I'm like,
Oh,
yeah. I'm like, oh, that's painful.
can you think about this? 15 years ago, if you saw it in a store, it'd have been like $5. You know that?
Well, you couldn't have found it 15 years ago in a store. Not the first pressing. There were
No.
no, there were only I think they did 2,000 copies of it, and it was white vinyl.
Mm. Well, I only say that just assuming that like people got rid of their vinyl because
Mhm.
for a while they were, and vinyl was super cheap and no one sold it.
Yeah. Well, like, something like that though, because there were so few, really the only people that had it were the people who are collectors, and they're
Yeah.
like, I'm not getting rid of it. I did find I got a pretty good deal on the second pressing, and I like that because it's still unmastered.
It's not mastered.
Mm-mm. No, when Bleach was released, they didn't they didn't master it originally. Like they legit spent $600,
600 bucks.
and
Yeah.
you heard all the feedback, all the bullshit,
Yeah.
um, and released it. It wasn't until I want to say about the time Nevermind came out that they went back and remastered it.
No kidding.
Yeah,
So is my CD mastered then?
probably because I assume you bought it in the last 20 or 30 years.
Yeah, I bought it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like I kind of want to go to my CD rack and pull it out and take a look. I'll
Yeah.
wait though. I'll
Yeah.
probably
No.
end up putting it on now that we brought it up.
Oh yeah. I know. Me too. I'm like, no, we're talking about Nirvana. I'm like, okay, I gotta listen to some Nirvana before bed.
Yeah,
Um, and they were, that band is another one, right? They really they interrupted what was, I don't know why that's my word tonight. Um,
that's right.
they really interrupted what the mainstream was.
Mm-hmm.
People didn't know what to think, and they were anti-prog.
Oh, big time. They didn't like heavy metal either.
Mm-mm.
Um, I've got old school metalhead friends that like hate Nirvana because Nirvana marked the end of the metal era. Whether or not it's hair metal, it still put an end to it, which is
Yeah.
fine with me.
Yeah.
I was never a hair metal guy.
I did. I've always dug it all, but I don't think they really put an end to it. It didn't top the charts anymore, right?
No. Well, no, the kids like Nirvana, the kids like Soundgarden and Pearl Jam. I mean, that was an era, obviously, when if MTV was going to put it out, that's what everyone was into now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the truth. Well, it was, I guess we learned it from there, but you do the same thing with social media, just shove it down their throat, and
Yep,
whether you like it at first or not, you'll
that's what
eventually like
that's
it.
that's what's coming.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
I've got a buddy of mine just posted a picture today of cover of There's Nothing Left to Lose. It's like a poster from Foo Fighters. And he was working at a record store here, and Foo Fighters came in and did an in-store, and Dave signed the poster to the metal god Brian, you know, Dave. And
That's awesome.
I was like, that's cool.
That's
Uh,
great.
Funny little stories.
Yeah.
Uh, what musician have you met that you're like, man, that was the best experience of my life?
Um, well, there's two eras of me meeting musicians. There's the fan era, and then there's the I got to meet them because I'm on tour or whatever, and so I will say, well, I guess they were always. I've never had a bad experience. Thankfully, you meet the whole meet your heroes thing.
Mhm.
I did like meet Mike Portnoy uh, right after Scenes from the Memory came out. He did an in store at Motor City Guitar in Waterford, and that was just kind of like here's your line. Go get your stuff signed. Say a couple of nice things to Mike Portnoy, and then you can leave or take a picture and leave. And he, it's not like in that kind of environment. You're kind of more like a robot. You're just signing autographs, picture, autograph, picture, autograph, picture. So
Yeah.
it wasn't like he was a dick or anything, but like it was just kind of like, eh. But one of the coolest experiences meeting like a musical hero of mine was meeting Devin Townsend when he was on tour with Strapping Young Lad. And I, at the time, was wearing a Devin Townsend like project shirt, like his solo material that was separate from Strapping Young Lad. And me and my buddy Tim, we drove down to Cleveland to go see Strapping Young Lad. This is when they released Alien. And we got there super early. That was our plan. We wanted to get there super early, be first ones in. And we were just sitting there. It's at Peabody's. We're just sitting there, sitting against the wall, waiting. We are like 3 hours early. And Devin and Gene Hoglan get out of the van or bus, which was across the street, and just walk right up to us. And Devin's like, "Cool shirt, man." I was like, "Thanks." That was it. That was it. It was cool, man. We were just hanging out, and you know, I don't know. What sucks is I left that shirt at the hotel, so I
Ah,
lost that
damn.
shirt. Yeah, I know. I was really kind of bummed out.
Well,
No,
I'm sure you could go find one on eBay or something.
probably, but
Yeah. Yeah, it's not the same shirt. Doesn't have that same memory.
nah, that's okay though.
Gene's always so I've met Gene twice and he's always super, super nice.
He's a tall son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um we we were where were we at? Cincinnati. We were seeing Testament, Sepultura,
Sweet.
and
Wow.
Prong. And
Wow.
we
What a lineup.
oh, it was a really cool lineup. Back in 2017, I took my daughter who was 10 or she was probably 10 at the time.
Wow. Is
And
that at Bogarts?
yeah,
Sweet.
we were out back waiting. I had a buddy working on the crew. So it was like, hey, we're gonna come hang out, whatever. And so we're hanging out back waiting for everyone just to come out. And here comes Gene, and I'm like, he sat there and like talked for a little bit. I'm like, God, this is so cool. He took a picture with my daughter and he's
Sweet.
like, you want one? I'm like, no, I really want her to have the picture because right now she thinks this sucks, you know. When she gets older, she's gonna be like, this is so cool.
I met friggin' Gene Hoglan.
Yeah, yeah. So she met Gene Hoglan. Well, we all met Gene Hoglan and Chuck Billy that day, and then we went across to there was a like a pizza and beer place right across the way.
Hmm.
So went over there, and Paulo and Eloy from Sepultura came walking in, and I was like, holy shit! Like I kind of don't want to go bother them, so I told the server, I was like, hey, will you send them whatever beer they're drinking? Send them, right? I'm gonna buy them a beer. And she's like, oh, that's cool. Like, I don't know who they are, but that's nice. And then after they got their beers, I went up and went over and I was just like, hey, thanks. You guys are
Yeah.
so nice. It's like dig the music, really enjoy. And Eloy's like a
Yeah, he's a monster.
dude, he is a beast on the kit.
Yep.
Uh, and they took photos too, which was really cool.
That's awesome.
So that was a cool experience.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Uh, I like it when they're all like, yeah, that's cool. Like, let's talk. I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think when you're kind of into the bands that we're into, they're not playing arenas every night. Or sometimes they'll get on a package or something where maybe they are, but like for the most part, they're playing like theaters or large music halls or something, or even concert clubs. And I think at that point you're still kind of maybe, well, I don't want to like paint with a broad brush here, but I think they're very grateful in general for the most part,
Yeah.
when they're not so huge. And even when they are huge, I'm sure they're grateful, but it's easier when they're playing in smaller places and you can see them around their bus, or you see them out at a restaurant or whatever, and like that's cool, man. I know if it were me and like I go to the pub for dinner across the street from the venue, and like if someone were to recognize me or something, of course we're nobody in the grand scheme, but like I can tell you right now, if someone's like, oh man, I love the song Always Set, what an album or whatever, it's so cool, and shake hands, and like that would be awesome for me. That'd be awesome. So I can't imagine that would change anytime soon if I were to be on the level of fucking Sepultura and Testament.
Right. Well, and that's, you know, I think a lot of bands, if you're gonna have the longevity, you have to have that appreciation, right? If you don't, you're gonna one get burnt out, like God, don't talk to me.
Yeah,
And it's gonna come through on the music, or even if it doesn't come through on the music,
maybe on the live performance.
yeah. Yeah, that was I think the cool thing. I saw Slayer, I don't know, 5 or 6 times on their like 10 years of final tour.
Yeah, yeah,
And every time at the end of the night, Tom was just like, I just want to stay here and take this in.
yeah,
He'd be up there for a few minutes, just like, thank you. And
yeah. I mean, even James Hetfield did that at Ford Field. He made sure to. I think there was a couple instances where he just said, we are so happy to still be doing this. We don't take this for granted. And I was just like, yeah, that's awesome, man.
yeah,
That's so cool. And
that
they're
would have,
huge.
oh yeah, I'd have really liked to be at that show. I was gonna do Detroit and St. Louis
Yeah,
for the Metallica shows, and I got some other things in the works, and that didn't pan out. But
yeah. It was my first time seeing Metallica, even though I've been a fan of theirs since I was, a young teenager. And it was incredible. It was life changing, and it was awesome, man. They opened with Creeping Death.
oh
you know? Yeah,
yeah,
it's awesome.
was that Pantera night?
Pantera night, yeah, Creeping Death. I forgot what they opened with on second night. That's all right.
Yeah, I was looking at the set lists, and I feel like Creeping Death when Pantera played was something they had to open with because it was like we don't want them to crush us.
You just followed Pantera. Like, you got to bring the fire.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
with Charlie Benante and and Zach Wild. I don't care what anyone says. Like I
It was awesome, dude.
yeah,
I mean, obviously, we all love and miss, Vinny and Dime, obviously. But
yep,
like, God, I don't know if they could have got two guys who were better for the job.
I
You know what I
agree.
mean?
Yeah,
Charlie is a monster. He is playing Vinny's parts perfectly. And Zach, obviously Zach's got his own style, but he knows those guys so well. Like I mean, they were almost brothers. Zach was almost literally like a brother to those guys. It couldn't have been a better person for that job. And of
right.
course they killed it. They crushed it, man. It sounded awesome. It sounded great. So
Yeah, yeah. I saw Pantera twice this last year,
mhm.
and both times, well, the first time I was one of the reasons that I decided I need a stint of sobriety. Um, I remember the Snafu opened the show. So it was like
Oh
Snafu, then Lamb of God, then Pantera.
yeah.
And I remember the Snafu set, and I was having a good time singing along, yelling. And then I don't remember Lamb of God or Pantera taking the stage.
Oh
Dude,
no.
oh, it was terrible.
Ah,
I remember the last like two songs of the Pantera set.
yeah.
I went with Dion
Okay.
and Brandon Fleck.
Yeah.
We were in Indianapolis, and I apparently at some point during the night I was like, I'll be right back. I'm going to the bathroom, and I never came back.
Did you find a spot to kind of rest your eyes?
No, I was awake. What I think happened is I went to the bathroom and then I came out and I was like, oh, tacos and water because I'm pretty messed up right now.
Yeah,
So I got tacos and water and I was sitting on the ground outside of the bathroom just eating
having some
tacos.
tacos and drinking some water.
Yeah. They come up and this is the first thing I remember is they're like, "Hey dude, are you okay?" I'm just like, "Uh-huh."
Yeah. Oh
Like
shit.
like I'm fine. And then I was pretty sober before we got back to the hotel.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. I was like, "Ah, can't believe I forgot." And then the next time I saw Pantera, it was emotional.
Yeah, yeah. And then I don't know if they did it when you saw them, but they had these videos playing,
Yeah.
uh, just like the old videos. And God, I was like, oh. And they like what they did was they were playing the intro to Cemetery Gates, showing all these old videos. And where Cemetery Gates would normally kick in, what did they go into? 5 minutes alone or something instead. And it was awesome because it's a powerful song. I mean, a lot of powerful songs,
Yeah.
it's what they do. But yeah, that was a cool thing.
That's cool. Where did I see him? I saw well, the time I remember last year was at Louder Than Life.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to get super close to the stage. I just wanted to sit back and enjoy it. And there was this group of people right in front of me, and I was just standing there alone watching them. And this guy turned around and looked at me, and we're both singing along, and he just gave me this big old bear hug, and I was like,
Oh yeah, man.
"This is what music's about,"
Absolutely.
you
Yeah.
know?
There was there was a little bit of that too, even at Ford Field, you know. I just remember kind of looking around and like there's a lot of people just singing and like there's some high fives, you know. It was,
Yeah,
you know, just like fucking Pantera, you know. It
right.
was cool.
That's awesome. I like that we can still have that today, even though, the brothers aren't with us.
Hmm.
I took on one of those final Slayer dates, uh, probably who was the last time I saw him? I took my daughter,
Yeah.
and it was Phil Anselmo and the Illegals doing Vulgar,
Yeah.
Ministry, Primus, and then Slayer.
Jeez.
Primus is kind of the odd man out, but
A little bit.
yeah, it was a great show. All the bands crushed, and my
Yeah.
daughter, I was never more proud. They did Walk, and when they got off stage, I took her to the bathroom, and the whole way she's singing Walk.
That's
I'm
awesome,
like,
dude.
yeah,
You did it
yes,
right.
yeah, yeah. It's cool. She's a lucky kid. I don't think she realizes it quite yet, or maybe she does now because she's 17. But she's seen Superjoint, Testament, right? And
Yeah.
she's met a
Yeah.
lot of these people. We went to see Superjoint with Child Bite. Actually, I just saw the poster earlier. It was Child Bite and Battlecross,
Yeah.
and there was me and a firefighter. We were throwing her up on our shoulders. Well,
Hmm.
I throw up on mine, and security come over and be like, "She can't be on your shoulders." Okay, I'd set her down. She'd go over to him. He'd throw her on her shoulders, and Jimmy, Jimmy Bauer, while while he was playing, she's on her shoulders. He reaches out and gives her some knuckles. We took a picture, and
That's awesome.
I'm like, "Kid, you don't even know how cool that is."
Yeah. That's pretty freaking
You
cool.
know,
Man.
ah, that's the beauty of live music.
Hell yeah.
We should get some ISD Christmas shows going on since we don't have Battlecross.
I mean, that could be a lot of fun, you know. Do something a little out of the ordinary for the set. Get a bunch of great bands on board. Just have a party.
Yeah, big,
Get
big.
Santa there.
Yeah. Oh, I know a good Santa too.
Do you? Who,
I
Huron?
do. Dude, that would be awesome. Come on, Huron.
Yeah, come on, do it, Huron. Go ho
Uh,
ho.
There's actually a guy here. I'll send you a picture later.
Okay.
He calls himself my local Santa. Uh,
Yeah,
dude, he is probably one of the best Santas I've ever seen. Just
that's cool.
wild. Yeah.
That's is he, so it's like, the real beard and hair
He's
and everything. And
yeah,
yeah,
he's
it was
legit.
round circular glasses.
Mm, I have to think. I feel like, yeah,
Probably, or at least he's got some prop ones anyway.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
funny.
It's and he does like he is all out in the Christmas season. He is Santa. Like I feel like he wakes up in the morning going ho ho ho.
Checks his list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
checks it twice. Yeah, I got you.
Yep.
Um, yeah, he's good. So, what what does the band have planned this year aside from finishing and releasing the album?
Well, right now, nothing really concrete. We've been talking to some friends of ours in the band Illusion of Fate. They're a black metal band based out of Wisconsin, but their drummer, Austin,
Austin
is from
Vicker.
Austin Vickers. Yes, he's from here. I've known him for years. Um, we were actually going to try to get on. They were going to do a little regional run, and we were going to try to get on it, but we weren't able to. But they are going to do a show at the Sanctuary in April, and there's talks that we might play that show with them. It's not confirmed yet, but I mean, we're like ready to do it. Other than that, we don't have anything else planned because we're just trying to get this album done. And I mean, not that we are incapable of playing a show while in recording mode, but we got some pretty, we want to get represented by a label, like a decent label. We're trying to really get back fully into the machine, get on tour, get on a package, play some festivals, and all this stuff. It's stuff that we're capable of doing, and really maybe should have tried harder with the last album. But shit, it had already been 6 years since our last album, since the album before that, since Triumphia came out. And so when we were releasing the song Always Set, I had a couple conversations going with a couple of smaller labels, but they it turns out they weren't interested. And I think now that it's only been a couple years since our last album came out, and we're very clearly active, I think we're gonna have a lot better luck getting getting signed to a label that or getting signed with a booking agent or a manager, whatever the case might be. That's basically our next goal, is to find a way to get some really good representation and get out there much more often, and actually attempt to build this thing up in a way to where we could do it for a living. That's the goal. So that's what we're working on.
Okay.
And we're all old as fuck. I'm the youngest one at 41 years old. So we understand, you know, we got some challenges ahead of us, but it doesn't mean it's impossible, and it's going to happen. And whichever label decides to sign us, they're gonna find out that it's gonna fucking pay off. You know.
Well, I'm a little jaded. I'm really not big on labels.
I
I think,
understand that
you know,
completely.
from a band's perspective, there are there's there are ways to go about it where you can put your own stuff out, you can get
Mhm.
you you can get PR, you can do everything and
And we've got PR, like we've got a guy that does PR. We don't really have a manager. It's really just kind of me, but you know, it's it's a there, and I know where you're going with what you're saying, and I don't disagree at all. I think it's just at this point we know our music is good enough for the right person. When if the right person hears it, and yes, the labels, they want to make their money, and that affects us directly because they're going to take it from us, understandably. But we're looking for the right match too. Like, you got resources, as in you got booking agents that you work with that will take us on immediately and get us booked. You've got managers that can get us going. They can help us out. Like, I mean, obviously, a lot of this is on us to begin with. like a booking agent or a manager or whatever. This could all, if we can get that wrapped up before getting with a label, obviously that makes us look good. It's a fucking mess, and it's kind of what that's that's what we're going to tackle next. Obviously, we want to play shows. We'll always play shows or whatever. That's going to happen, and we'll try to book something ourselves. Maybe use a regional run or whatever. But like, we've been trying to do
Sure.
it ourselves, and I don't know. Maybe it's just time that we really try to get some representation.
Yeah. I might suggest just starting with a booking agent,
Hmm.
find someone who's got some connections that, because I absolutely agree, the music is not just good enough.
Hmm.
I feel like it's better than just good enough. Um,
Thank you.
it's really just it's tremendous. Find you a booking agent that believes in you, right?
Hmm.
Um, call the Dream Theater, dude.
Yeah. Maybe.
You
Yeah,
know,
they're booking fucking arenas, but yeah, I
well,
would love to.
whether they're booking arenas or not, get their booking agent. Maybe they can
Yeah.
get you on that out tour. But the you know
Whoa,
the re
poof, I would lose my mind, Tom.
every
It would
night,
make
dude.
you remember the Key and Peele skit where they talk about Liam Neeson?
No,
They go, oh well, it's hilarious. But basically, this would be my actual reaction if we got on tour with Dream Theater. I'd be like, oh no, no, no way. I would lose my fucking mind.
that's awesome. Well, I mean, I think you're well on your way. Just got to keep plugging away at it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. There's a certain part of hustle that I think we just got to really attack it.
Yeah. Uh, so 8 songs. You're thinking you're gonna have a couple of like not make the cut.
Correct.
Do you have plans to maybe release a single and use those as a B-side?
Something like that, or maybe we do like a little EP a little later, maybe a year or so later. You do the EP, which has like a couple of live versions of some songs, and then the two previously unreleased songs. Some shit like that. Um, we don't really have a game plan yet for it, but these are all the general ideas. Yeah, either like a single with a B side, or yeah. I always loved buying the singles, like the Nirvana singles, especially. They always had one of the B sides on them,
Yeah,
so it'd be cool to kind of do something like that. But I don't know if that's even really a thing if people buy singles anymore. I don't
they
know.
absolutely is. Actually
For
more.
vinyl?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
I've
right.
probably got 300 or 400 singles over there right now.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
Do they have like B sides on them?
Yeah, they've all got a B-side, but it's not all like some of them were just released as singles. You won't find them anywhere else.
Oh, okay.
I've got
I've heard
a
of bands doing that, like just
yeah,
releasing it on vinyl or whatever.
I've got a Frank Zappa Don't Eat the Yellow Snow vinyl.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've got a Ron Jeremy one too.
Ron Jeremy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
I,
Just to say you have it?
yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was a record store day release and I was there. I think it was like $5 or $7. And I was like, yeah, I'll get it because it's Ron Jeremy. And
Yeah.
then all the shit came out where I think he's in a mental hospital right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he got arrested for sexual assault. Um
did not know that.
yeah, he looked pretty bad the last photos I seen of him, but it was like, yeah, I don't know. Like,
A hell of a living, I guess.
well, when that's all you do, right? Like wake up, have sex,
Yeah.
every day. What?
Who am I porking tonight?
Yeah. Who's my fluffer today? That's the question. Oh gosh. Oh, good times.
Yeah.
So, well, I was saying like a lot of bands, I've got a guy who manages, or a buddy of mine who manages some much bigger artists, more in like the pop world.
Hmm.
And that's what they do is they just release singles, single, 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 single. And then after so many singles, they'll put an album out.
I mean, we're talking like big pop stars type stuff. Is that just what they do now?
Uh, I mean, I don't know about like super, super big, but we're talking like they do $1 million signing bonuses and shit.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I've heard that before that like the move is to just do singles. Um, and I've seen some bands do that and stuff, but like, dude, I don't know if I am. I mean, I don't mind releasing a single, sure, but there's gonna be an album because that's the art piece is the
Yeah.
album. It's a whole cohesive thing. Um, and I know my girl Taylor Swift, she still does albums. Check this out. You see it?
Yeah, I do.
Taylor Swift, dude. No, actually, these were bought as a joke, and I happen to just still have one.
Whatever. I, you know,
Yeah,
I've got a lot of respect for her.
tons
Uh,
of respect for it, dude.
Like she's out there doing it. What was it? She was at Nissan Stadium in
Mhm.
Nashville
Yeah.
and they were trying to cancel the show and she was out there till what, 1 or 2 in the morning, pouring rain, like singing to
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Well,
like
good. Those people paid all that money. She's there. Let's just do it. Who
y-
cares? It's just water.
yeah. Oh,
That's
she
that's awesome.
I've got a lot of respect for any artist who's gonna, do that to please the fans. And then
Mhm.
right aside from that, what was one of the last shows she did on this big tour? She donated to some food pantry and
Mhm.
they said it fed it was 500,000 meals or over 500,000 meals.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
And then you hear about her giving all like the truck drivers and shit, like that were hauling all of her gear and stuff, and
hundred
all the other
thousand dollar
crew, like
bonuses and stuff.
huge bonuses. Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's the way to do it, man. I mean, God, those people work so hard and you are making so much money. Like, what's the harm in sharing the wealth a little bit with the people that are supporting you?
yeah. Well,
I think that's awesome.
that's it. It's just like, you show the appreciation and it's they're going to come back and work for you so much harder. And
Absolutely.
even if they don't, it's a really good experience for everyone at that point,
Yeah, exactly.
right? You did your
Yeah.
job, you did really well. Here's a bonus.
Boom.
Well, hell yeah.
Ah, and that's a big bonus.
Yeah.
That's a big bonus for us regulars. So,
Yeah. I think it's a big bonus for anyone, really.
yeah,
Well, I think it was what, $100,000 per head.
something like that
That's twice.
on top of their regular pay.
Yeah. That's 2 times the average, like
Yeah,
wage across the country.
literally.
Yeah. It's so crazy. Um, well, let's see. When do you plan on having everything done with the album?
I think we're going to be done recording probably by the end of February. I know we're getting together. Our next session is going to be in February. We just all have stuff going on all the rest of the month. So we're getting together in February to start working on vocals. It'll likely be 2 sessions, and then it's mix time. So I mean, we could have a recorded finished product mixed, mastered, and everything. Probably shit end of spring. I would say it would be ready. I don't know if when we're releasing it though, because like of all the other stuff that I was talking about earlier. Um, but we'll be ready to go pretty quickly here. I would imagine.
Hell yeah. That's cool. Gosh, you're only a couple of
Hell
months
yeah,
away.
it's crazy. It's crazy because I mean, we used to be everything was a snail's pace for us. So before, um, not this one, and I love it.
Well, you know, you have to have a balance, right? Sometimes you're like,
Absolutely.
we're ready to go, and sometimes you're like, okay, we got to stand back and really hone it in a little better. Who Keith Wampler from the Convalescence was just talking, he's typically they've been pretty ready when they go in the studio, and they go in the studio and they knock it out pretty quick. And
Yeah.
the I don't remember who the last person that produced was, but the last person that produced, he said they went in there thinking they were ready, and dude kind of tore some things apart and gave them some ideas, and they're like, man, it took us a lot longer, but we are so much more pleased with the product.
Is that their most recent album?
Yeah.
Go check it out.
Harvester of Flesh and Blood, or Flesh and Bone.
That's pretty metal.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, he's a good dude, super nice. So is your next show is in April, is that right?
Yeah, not confirmed yet, but yeah, we're
Not
looking at the Sanctuary in Hamtramck. I want to say it's going to be the 21st. I don't remember off the top of my head. We'll see.
okay. Well, I'd love to see you guys out playing some more.
Yeah, no, we're wanting to for sure. I know that like Pat especially, if we don't have a show or something coming up, he'll get like really like, come on, what are we doing? We gotta book a show. Which
Hell yeah.
I agree. But yeah, right now it's just we're just in album recording mode and just haven't tried to book anything yet. So
We'll I'll try and hook you up with some people down here.
I'm
Try
in. We're down.
try and get you guys down here with Finality. I think that'd be a really cool little weekend run for you guys.
We would love it. I mean, we love those guys. Obviously, Tony's like one of my best friends at this point, and Joe's obviously just a great dude. I've known him for years now, and Dan, shit, I've known Dan since his As They Sleep days. Uh, so it's just really cool to work with those guys. Oh, and fucking Mike, dude. Mellotron played his like 30th birthday show forever ago at the Token. Forever ago. I think the pole was still there.
Oh, that's
So I mean,
funny.
I've known those guys forever. We've all known those guys forever, and I would love to do that. It'd be incredible.
Yeah. Well, we'll probably I'm not gonna say it on the recording, but we'll
We'll
I
talk off air.
yeah, we've I've got a plan. Um, all right, I think I want to check my notes because I was doing some research trying to make sure I knew what the hell I was talking about.
Yeah,
When did you record live at the Token?
it was originally recorded in 2015 when we were on tour with Fates Warning, and yeah, that show was like in the middle of the tour, and we knew there was going to be a lot of people there, and we knew a lot of our people were going to be there. So I had Nick Hagan, who did our last album, is doing our current one. I had him bring his computer, and he hooked right into the board and fired up Pro Tools and recorded it. Um, he worked on it then, and but we just never really did anything with it. And I remembered that he had it, and I was like, dude, can you work on it again? And we want to put it out. And that's how it finally happened. 7 years later, after recording it.
At least it got released.
Hell yeah, man.
That's awesome. Um, do you? I don't remember what I was gonna say. I've been going since I've been going since 4 o'clock this morning. I'm like,
That's when I went to bed, man.
yeah.
Which I don't do very often, but yeah, Tony was over and we were watching football and had a couple beers and we're talking about life and then had a couple more beers and we were listening to heavy metal very loudly in my living room till 4 a.m.
All right. That's a good time.
Yeah.
What album, like, what heavy metal did you listen to last night?
Fear Factory, Testament, Slayer. I put on some Dream Theater for them. Some Primus. all kinds of stuff. Dio, Black Sabbath, some Deep Purple, Snot. Yeah,
Ooh,
kind of listen to a lot of stuff. Yeah.
I'm, Snot. I just got a, who was it? Joshua Toomey had an interview with one of the guys from Snot, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna go back and listen to that." Man, that was such a crazy like.
Yeah, they were crazy, dude. Lynn Straight, right?
Yep,
Yeah, he was wild.
yeah. They said what I think one of the stories was he always like had this little 38 that he carried inside this tackle box that had a bunch of different drugs in it. Like,
Jeez.
I mean, I say that I probably get it wrong, but whatever. Uh, Wild.
Yeah.
All right, Tony, I'm not going to keep you. It's honestly dinner time for me. Um,
Okay, cool, man.
my cat's over here like, feed me, Seymour.
Yeah.
Uh, so I greatly appreciate you,
Yeah.
taking time out of your Sunday to hang out and chat with me about the band and what the future holds. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys play some national and international shows.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. I appreciate you having me on and, you know, all the compliments and just being a cool dude. So thanks, man. I
For
appreciate it
sure.
a lot.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate that. Well, have a great night. You guys all go check out Imminent Sonic Destruction. They're fucking fantastic. You will not be disappointed.
Thanks,
Cool.
bro.
See you, dude.